Hey YouTube, it's the 31st of May 2024, and this is approximately a 2005 John Deere L130. It's the second one of these I've had actually this year. Early in the year, we had another one that was in way better shape, except the axle was busted. And this one is kind of a rusty crusty, and the steering is completely rusted tight. Got one video out on this already. I drug it home from Washington State. We made a long road trip yesterday to pick it up. It was $100. It's got the 23 horse Kohler V-twin. Certainly one of my very favorite engines. The pictures made it look pretty good. I get it home, the battery box completely rusted out. And just a lot of rust issues. It's like the thing was in the ocean for a while or something. But I believe it's salvageable. We got to dig in and see what's up with the steering. And had some wires and stuff disconnected. Right now I still have a double black wire with a female spade terminal on it. And I don't know where that goes. That's probably what's causing it not to start with a key. So I do have to hotwire it. So we'll need to sort that out as well. I'm not willing to spend a bunch of money on it right now until we sort these issues out, because it could very well turn into a parts machine. A lot of tires were flat, but we got them up yesterday. One of them was off the bead. We got that one back on, and it held air all night. So that was the left front. So we're doing pretty good, but I need to get this thing up on the lift, and it's going to be a challenge without steering, but we did get it to run and drive, but it goes almost straight. So let's see what we can do to drive this around into the shop up on the lift. It's going to require a little dragging it around, but in the gravel we can drag it. Let's get it started. Hot wire. gassy dang thing. Sure, we'll have to dig into that carburetor before it's all over. Or get another one. Up. Alright, I'm going to look this thing over a little bit, let you know what I found. I'll show you quick. Yo, steering gear, she really rusty. I sprayed it and beat on it. We got a pound of rust out of it. So, somewhere, it's stuck. So, let's see if we can unstuck it. Little diagnostics going on here. So this is the gear, obviously, that comes down from the steering wheel, and it's free. Okay, well, it's not free, but it's reasonable. Ha ha ha. This gear here, I sprayed it yesterday. We beat on it. We got a lot of rust. We got a little more rust today, but I've been kind of prying on it and stuff. It's free. Okay, it moves. Okay, our issue, why it doesn't steer at all, is not here. It's here. They don't move at all. And you know what? Now that I'm looking at this axle again, that other one that we did just like this, so when I mentioned we put an axle in it, they were nearly froze up as well. So this is a cast iron axle. It might make a difference, you know, when people don't grease it, that they just freeze up when they sit. So we need to take this apart, and I'm sure both sides need to come apart if we can get it apart. I remember that being an issue too, when people just don't take care of it. So let's put you in a stand. Let's pull this wheel. I'm a little crowded in here because I got too much stuff going on. Let me slide you over here. Try not to get in your way. So we'll pull this wheel off to make life easier to get at, because it ain't gonna fall off. That's what I'm saying. It ain't just gonna fall off. Remember, this didn't even have a keeper on it or a washer. Yesterday, if you watched the first video, this wheel was just sitting here, and it has a ton of play. I don't think it's the right axle size. It's not the correct wheel. It's not the right color. I don't want to have to buy the right wheel. Wheel and tires kind of pricey. Man, I just can't see. I just can't see. Hang on to that clip. If you launch it, you'll never find it. Oh yeah. I don't know if it's wallered or... Ooh, it's rough. Might be able to just replace the hub in it. Let's look real quick. That one's not as wore. The spindle itself's not bad. Well, might be able to pull a hub out of another wheel. But this baby, she's locked up. Okay, we're gonna get a screwdriver and pull that C-clip or E-clip off. What do you call them, E-clip or C-clip? I've done it both ways, I don't know what's right. But again, hang on to it, because if you launch it, it's gone. Should have got a bigger screwdriver. You gotta make it work now. You're fully committed. Yeah, that ain't going anywhere. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Vern? Let me get a very big hammer. I already have it out. Where's my very big hammer? What was I beating on? Second very big hammer. Until I find my very big hammer under the bed. Stupid. Here we go. Alright, safety glasses on. You don't need to put an eye out. Yeah. That's not going to happen. So we need to pull the nut off of those. I can't remember if it's like 5/8 or 11/16 because it's been like a year, I think 11, but I'm going to try it. No, it's way too big. So we're going to 5/8 City, and that's too big. 9/16. No, fail. Metric? You're kidding me. All right, sorry. Well, let's go 15, 1/5. Okay. Okay. You can get a hold of this top side if you need to. These are a locking type nut. Could have got a ratchet, but we didn't. Bear with me. Oh wow, even that joint is stuck. Or it would be spinning right now. I should have had PB Blaster on this 10 minutes ago when I first discovered the issue. But I didn't. Okay. You know we're going to have to end up with heat on this thing. But let's take this process a piece at a time, right? Okay, do your magic. PB Blaster. Ooh, didn't fully engage that thing, did it? Okay. Let me grab a pipe or something. We can get some leverage on that. Try to twist on it. Alright, I just noticed this spindle is trashed. There's a 1/4 inch gone from the bottom there. Yeah. That's a lack of maintenance, folks. It's got a John Deere filter on it. This thing was like 3 blocks from a John Deere dealer, and I saw the filter and I went, oh, this thing could have been dealer service. Oh, they didn't grease it. Oh. Take that out. It's just the axle. So we're going to have to replace these things. Oh, man. Go the other way. I got a 4.5 foot cheater on this thing. Oh, it moved. It moved or bent. It moved a little. Okay. It's moving slightly. Slightly. With a capital S. Slightly. Okay, a little more. It's like freeing a stuck engine. Yeah. I bet this is going to take more than 5 minutes. Put you on hold for a bit. Well, guys, it's probably a week later. I'm finally getting back on this L130, I guess this is. It took me a better part of 2 hours to get this spindle knocked out of there. You can see what kind of damage I did to the top of it. It was crazy. heat it, and I mean, I just did everything. I beat on it with a hammer endlessly. I finally got it off of there. So we got the new one on, and it turns nicely. Cleaned this up. I had to clean this up with a file a little bit around the top because I hit it a few times. But no, she's good now. Put some grease in there, obviously. So these wheels, let me take you off the stand. These wheels somebody put on there just not right. Well, they're not yellow. They're not wide. And I don't think the hubs are wide enough. Look at that gap. What do we got going on over here? Oh, nothing. I don't have a... I've got the keeper off. Never mind. I was looking at that. Anyway, I was on Amazon looking. This isn't the right wheel. This is a 6-inch wheel. Those are 8s. They're supposed to be a 656 by 8. Is that right? 16 by 6.5 by 8. And those are the correct size tires. They're not the greatest in the world. But the wheels just don't appear right to me. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm going to dig into this thing a little bit. But, you know, I got to be careful. I mean, there's the battery box, right? It's completely rusted out. There's a lot of rust on this thing. So I can't spend the world on it because it's not going to bring money. So I'm just going to have to consider what we're doing. So here's what we're going to do. You're going to come back and watch the rest of this in another video because this is getting extremely long. And I'm not finding a lot of time to work on it. So got a few hours today. I'll get it figured out. Whatever I'm going to do with wheels and tires and stuff, I'll do. So come back in the next video on this thing and see what I did. And we got some other stuff to do. We obviously got to tune it up, change oil, air filter, spark plugs, etc., etc. And we'll get this thing back on the ground and make it a productive part of my operation here. All right, guys, thanks for watching the video. I appreciate that. Give it a thumbs up on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell because I do lots of videos. Now, I am videoing about 2 months. I'm posting about 2 months later than I'm filming. So that is to help me. It's to help you keep videos constant. My videos post every Saturday and Sunday morning at 6 a.m. Western time, the West Coast time, whatever you want to say. All right, guys. Thanks again. Catch you on the next video. Good day, YouTube. It's the 18th of June, 2024. This is my 2004 L130 John Deere. This is the second L130 I've done this calendar year. We did one early in the spring or winter time or something. And this is another one picked up. She's a little rusty, I got to tell you. In fact, the battery tray is completely rusted out, and the battery sits all the way down there. So I got it. The steering was completely locked, and nothing turned. You can watch it in a previous video on this. We've done one video on this thing. And it turned out to be this spindle was completely locked. Took me 2 hours on 3 different days, total of 2 hours, to beat on it, to hit on it, to heat it, to spray PB blaster at it, to do all of the above. Finally got it out and put a new spindle in it. It had never been greased, the spindle. The hub had never been greased. The hub had wore into the spindle. It was a mess. So in the previous video, we put new spindles on and cleaned up these wheels that came on it and stuff, and thought we were good to go. And I reach up to see how nicely it steers, and it don't. It still don't steer, so we're not done yet. Dang. So looking under here, we still got issues. I've been beating on it. All that dust, dirt, rust, debris has fallen out from up here. But I think what we got to do is pull this plate. There's 4 small screws of some sort. I think the shaft coming down from the steering wheel with this gear on it. I think it's turning fine. It's this ring gear. It's not moving. So I think we need to pull these screws out, drop this plate down, and just see what in the world is going on there. If I have to get new gears and stuff, we can get them, but I'm trying to... I don't think this machine's going to have a ton of value in as rusty as it is, unless it cleans up a little better than I think it will. And we'll put some effort into cleaning it up. Stuff, not sure what we'll do with it, but got to make it nice. The deck is maybe the most rusty deck I'll have taken on. I hope it is worth fixing. It is a 48-inch deck, so we'll see. So she's definitely been sitting for a while. So let me get those bolts out, pull that plate down. Old video, you can see how easy and or difficult it might be. So we can see the top, because I bet them bolts got nuts on them or something, and we'll get this thing apart, see if it can be cleaned up and reused, or if we got to replace stuff or what. But yeah, you can see there's two bolts there. I did try to pull them off of there when I first got this thing, thinking that was the problem. Then I saw that these were froze, and then I was relieved. Well, sort of, because at least it wasn't that, it was this. But then I couldn't loosen them up, ended up beating them, and they were trashed anyway, but I trashed them further. Had to throw them away. So back to here we are. Dang it. Anyway, I was going to take this thing for a drive and realized it wouldn't steer. Let me get that off, see if we can fix it. Short video. So, steering wheel turns that much. Okay? Maybe a degree or two, right? The shaft turns and then hits that stop. Okay? See it turning? It's not a bushing. I don't know what's in from there to there. Doesn't come up. And it won't turn. I reefed on it pretty hard. I didn't put all my strength in it because I'm going to tear something up. I just don't know what's stopping it. All right, boys and girls. I don't know what happened, but I must be missing some video or something. I'm trying to edit this L130 video where we got the steering all done, and getting the steering done part of it disappeared. So I don't remember where we were or what we did. Anyway, we put new spindles in this thing. Did not free up the steering. I started spraying the top and bottom of that steering shaft. You know, that one right there. You can see some shiny marks on it. Suggestion from the groups page on the internet for these things. Said, you know, throw some vice grips on there to help from destroying this, you know, and just start working it back and forth, and, you know, maybe this thing will free up. And that is exactly what I did, and that is exactly what happened. So we were froze up here, and we were froze up somewhere in that shaft. But anyway, she steers great now. Nice and smooth. Obviously, we greased all that stuff up. New spindles. I bought a spindle kit with new hubs for the wheels. So we put new hubs in the wheels and put these wheels back on. At first, I wasn't sure what I was going to do for wheels, but you know what? I got to keep the money out of this thing because it's not the greatest machine. It's still worth fixing. I think it'll be a good mower. Just not going to be a pretty one. You know what I'm saying? I ordered a battery box tray thing off of eBay used. I think it was about 18 bucks. So that was affordable. So we got that coming. Probably have to cut the fasteners out of there and, you know, kind of bolt and nut it back in, but it'll be fine. So kind of waiting for that to get here in a couple days. We'll probably run through and treat some of this surface rust. Maybe a little paint here or there. Not go too crazy, but, you know, let's get it cleaned up, make it presentable, and go from there. So I'm going to close this video out here. Sorry if it jumps around a little bit. Apologize for that. I don't know what happened. Going to just knock it out. This is a, you know, still a worthwhile endeavor, I feel, till we get the deck in here. You haven't seen the deck yet. It's not cool, but it's a 48-inch 3-blade deck. We'll get there with it. It's certainly not a priority machine for me. I did pick up some parts for it. You can see I got an air filter sitting here. I have changed the oil in it. Looks like I got to put a fuel filter on it and stuff. And we got to sort out some wiring gremlins, probably rusty limit switches. So we'll do that. In the meantime, it jump starts just fine. Excuse me, and it runs good. So that's where we're at. Guys, thanks for watching the video. Please give it a thumbs up on the way out. Comment in the comment section below. I check comments every morning. If you want to comment on this video, another video, or just want to say hey, I will catch you in the comments in the morning, every morning. We'll do it tomorrow. All right, guys, catch you on the next one.